Ron, back with another question. A member asks, Ron, do you believe there is a special role for those who are born again and have found God?
Um, it's an interesting question, and we need to put that in the eternal terms of who we are as prime creator's children. Um, why did we create something? Well, we created it for the experience. Now, in that experience, if we dive into it and don't really understand what came before and what is happening to us now or what's going to happen to us, those are the things that we just don't have a clue about. Otherwise, it would taint our experiences in the third dimension, and we would not get to do the things or believe in the things and do the things that we came here to experience. And so, but it is an experience. It's not who we really are. That's hard to believe, isn't it? The semi truck coming down the road is real. You stand out in front of that and you'll get killed. But the reality is you can never die. You can never be killed. Your spirit is eternal. Always has been, always will be. That's the way Prime Creator put it. Now, Prime Creator doesn't create anything except perfection. So when people talk about judgment, I'm saying, how can you judge? There's nothing that God would judge you for because He put things in motion in the way you go. And you are the creator of the experiences of your life. Whatever you create, it's called free agency. You get to create whatever you want, and there's no punishment from God from it because He thinks you're perfect. And He gave you that responsibility to create the things that you want. And He does not punish you ever, ever for things that you do in third dimension. It's just not available to do that. So you're not a sinner. You're a perfect human being. That's the way God sees you. So why would there be any punishment? It's only the third dimension where the cabal has had their messing up our lives. And yet it's not messing it up. It's just created a different experience than where we were before this. So is there a special role for those who are born again and have found God? I would say that there's a special role in that you can help others if that's what you so desire. There's nothing that's you're not responsible for other people. You can help them to gain a greater affinity for life and its experiences and so forth. But you're not responsible for other people. You're just enjoying yourself and creating what you want to do in third dimension. But you're never going to be punished for anything that you create. Now, this is hard for people to understand. They think that the cabal is going to get punished and da-da-da-da. No, they have consequences, but not from God. The consequences will come to them in the courts in third dimension. You kill somebody, you're going to have there's eternal justice that needs to take place, and it's we call it recompense, whatever we want to call it, judgment, punishment. We can call it whatever we want, but we are the ones in charge of that on an individual basis. So if I murder somebody, I'm going to have a consequence for that. Now, there's two parts of the consequence. One is physical, and one is karma. Karma means I've got to balance my life out. I've got to do the good and the bad and balance it equally so that, and the karma is something that has to be balanced out until you take yourself out of it. You say, well, it's a nice thing. Way to go. I'm finished with my karma. And you just make your determination and be rid of it. And then, can you do that? Well, yeah, you can. You're the creator of every experience in your life. If you knew you could do that, you'd probably do it a lot sooner. But we don't have those kinds of things that we are responsible for unless it's something that we have created. And in the creation energy, in the creation process, we have experiences on either third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, 16th dimension, whatever we want to do. We are the ones in charge of our life. Don't ever let anything tell you that you are not the one who is creating the experiences of your life, because that would be wrong. You are creating the experiences of your life. You're responsible for doing that. But it's not a responsibility that you're going to get punished about from Father, because he sees you as perfection, because that's what he creates, is perfection. Why would you determine in your life that you're not perfect or that you're a sinner? Why would you do that when God sees you as a perfected human, meaning God man? You are a perfected God man, and there's nothing else that can happen to you to change that. You get out of third dimension, and you are who you are. And you'll have things that you'll have to work out and balance out as far as your karma and other things. But that's just part of the experiences that we as children of God are going through. We create these things for ourselves so that we can have the experience. It's not always fun, but that's the experience that we created. So let's not worry about do we have a specific role. The role is what you create for yourself. So if I have many lives and reincarnation, and I've ascended a number of times in other third dimensional lives, and I want to come back and I want to help other people with the ascension process, then I come back, and that's my specific responsibility that I have taken upon or I have created for myself to experience. And that's what I created for myself. Nobody else created it for me. I hope this is starting to see the flavor of what is our association with the heavens. And some of the things that we learn here on the earth that are created by bad people, I call it cabal, Illuminati, deep state, whatever you want to call it, Satanists. Those are the kinds of things that we deal with in third dimension, but we don't have to deal with those anywhere else in creation energy, because it's only here in third dimension that things like that can happen. I hope that helps.
Very good, Ron. And with that, we'll be right back.